Hello, and welcome back to The Professor's Perspective. I'm your host, David Gustafson, and for this episode, we're going to focus on local TV audience measurement. Though not so much the numbers themselves, but more how the numbers come to be. To do that, let's explore 5 of the more frequently asked questions we get on this topic. Probably the biggest difference stems from how ads are delivered in each space. Digital platforms tend to be more on demand in that the user typically clicks, taps, or takes some other action that effectively pulls an ad message to the screen. Counting those transactions then becomes the foundation for estimating the impressions delivery for digital campaigns. Traditional media like TV are time-based in that ad messages are delivered at predetermined times with the expectation that consumers will be watching. That push of advertising to consumers can make TV measurement a bit more complex. While at least a half dozen companies are routinely discussed as viable TV measurement providers at the national level, the local market discussion still comes down to 2 companies. First is Nielsen. No, not Leslie Nielsen of Airplane fame, but the company that touts itself as having provided TV ratings for more than 50 years. As the long-standing incumbent, Nielsen is deeply ingrained in many of the processes and systems used to facilitate and evaluate local TV campaigns. ComScore, by comparison, is the relative newcomer in the space, but the company once known as Rentrack has more than a decade now of proven viability as a legitimate contender for the local TV measurement crown. At a high level, yes, both companies divide the country into 200-plus local TV markets, providing distinct measurement and reporting on TV viewing within each market. Nielsen's copyrighted DMA, or Designated Market Area definitions, are nearly ubiquitous among longtime TV advertisers. In fact, ComScore initially licensed Nielsen's DMA definitions when first entering the local TV measurement space. More recently, ComScore has changed course and began using its own set of TV market definitions. Within each TV market, both Nielsen and ComScore use a combination of proprietary data along with return path data from cable and satellite companies to estimate local viewing levels. Within any given market, both Nielsen and ComScore are essentially attempting to answer the same question: how many viewers were watching? That said, each company employs its own unique sample-based approach to estimating the answer. Depending on the market, Nielsen uses a variety of household meters and people meters in conjunction with the return path data received from outside providers. ComScore relies much more heavily on its pool of return path data, using periodic supplemental survey data to recalibrate its full market projections. Perhaps the biggest difference, though, is how each company reports age and gender demographic audiences, such as adults 25-54. Nielsen attempts to provide persons-based estimates for those kinds of demographics, which means Nielsen data for adults 25-54 reflect the estimated number of people in that age group who are watching. ComScore, meanwhile, has historically been household-based, even when reporting on age and gender audience segments. That means ComScore data for adults 25-54 reflect the estimated number of homes containing at least one adult in that age group that were tuned in. This distinction is important for advertisers attempting to compare impressions delivery, cost per thousand, and other data points, since the population of people ages 25-54 is typically much different from the count of homes containing an adult in that age range. To paraphrase music legend Dave Mason, there ain't no good guys, there ain't no bad guys, there's just Nielsen and ComScore, and they just disagree. Each company has a unique approach, both have merits and limitations, and both are working to improve their local TV services as part of ongoing efforts to achieve industry accreditation. In 2024, for example, Nielsen plans to expand its use of return path data in an attempt to limit the amount of quarter-hour periods for which no viewership is able to be projected. And ComScore plans to introduce some level of personification as a supplement to its current household-based reporting for age and gender demographics. The good news is that Cox Media continues to leverage data from both providers to better understand TV viewership dynamics in the markets we serve. When you're ready to navigate the nuances behind the numbers for your next campaign, your local Cox Media team is here to help. Until then, that's the Insight Scoop. Thanks for watching.